If I had one word to describe how great Monday Night Raw was last night, all I have to say is yes! 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 Hey, 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 what is going on, everyone? Well, I'm so glad that you have took your time to spend with me right here today. I am your co-host for the MRB Wrestling Review Show, Mike Big Rock Wilson, and last night was WWE Monday Night Raw. And it was fresh out of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And the interesting thing was that Raw last night put Money in the Bank to shame. It was a great episode last night. I thought it just towered over that pay-per-view on Sunday. And for some very good reasons. And one of that reasons is that last night on Monday Night Raw, SummerSlam is now shaping up to be an excellent pay-per-view. But here's the thing about SummerSlam. I'm going to play a little bit of reverse psychology, seeing as Money in the Bank was a little bit of a letdown and I was really hyped up. I am going to watch SummerSlam. And I'm going to expect that pay-per-view not to be a good pay-per-view. And then it turns out to be a great one. So I'll play a little reverse psychology, to say the least, for this, original pay-per-view coming up next month. So, with that being said, here is my review of WWE Monday Night Raw. The show kicked off last night with Brad Maddox as he addressed the WWE Universe. And what I like about this is that when just before he came out, you hear that drum roll, and I was like, whoa, what? I was completely thrown off guard there, and then out comes Brad Maddox. Love those little things. And I think Brad Maddox would be actually a good general manager, but by accident. And last night, he was actually pretty good. Talking about how he became general manager, giving a shout out to the former general manager, Vicky Guerrero, who later on was protesting backstage, and as well as John Cena as well. John Cena interrupted Brad Maddox. Of course, someone has to interrupt the new general manager and bury him, right? John Cena is the guy to do it. Last night, John Cena was fresh out of Sunday's match against Mark Henry, who I will get to later on, and Brad Maddox gave John Cena the choice for the final segment on Raw. John Cena will pick his own opponent at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. You know what I like, and what I liked about that is what I will get to later on as well. Also last night, shortly after that, Fandango interrupted, of course, and so did Randy Orton. And it all resulted into a one-on-one match between Randy Orton and Fandango. And what I like about this is that finally Fandango actually got a 2-minute match and showed that he's got some heel talent as a wrestler. So with that said, a great match from Fandango. It was just a stepping stone, however, for Randy Orton to get the victory, and he looks good right now. He said he's going to cash in maybe before SummerSlam, but who knows? But I like when Randy Orton plays on a cliche and told John Cena, I will cash this in when you least expect it. Of course, Randy Orton is stating the obvious. Captain Obvious, as Taz would say. Anyway, after that, The Shield attacked Mark Henry after Mark Henry cut a promo. The Shield's music cut in. Sierra Hotel, SHIELD, you know the rest. And attacked Mark Henry. What I liked about that is that finally, the Shield got some of their edge back, because for weeks, for the past few weeks, they kind of lost their edge a little, because everyone's kind of, gunning for the titles, and the Shield never really attacked anyone in the past. But now, the Shield has finally, now the Hunters, they come in, they attack Mark Henry, they make that huge statement, and this could lead to something for SummerSlam. Maybe, somehow, some way, shape, or form, Mark Henry is going to be involved with the Shield. Could be a rivalry. I don't know. Maybe Mark Henry is going to have this new turn as a babyface after the Shield attacks. Usually that happens. It's cliched, but who knows yet? We'll see the weeks to come on Monday Night Raw. Also last night, the World Heavyweight Champion, Alberto. Too bad he's suspended. That really hurts him. But with that being said, last night, Alberto Del Rio defeated Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match. What I like about this is the setup for SummerSlam. What happened was AJ Lee, beforehand, backstage, you saw that breakup between Dolph Ziggler and AJ. They played on it. When Dolph Ziggler almost had Alberto, you hear the bell ring. There was AJ Lee over there at ringside, right where the bell was. Just had that look on her face, right? She wants revenge, right? And of course, she caused him the match on purpose this time. And shortly after, Big E Langston came out and then just destroyed Dolph Ziggler. I love this setup now with the SummerSlam. Now that Dolph Ziggler and AJ are broke up, it looks like now it's just AJ and Big E. Hopefully there's no romantic relationship involved with AJ and Big E. I don't want that to happen. Because they're fresh out of this breakup, right? So what I like is the formation of SummerSlam. It looks like right now, with AJ Lee in his corner, Big E Langston will face Dolph Ziggler. But here's the interesting angle. There's no title on the line yet. There's no world champion involved. Will Alberto Del Rio be involved? I think he should be. I think, if not a triple threat match for the world title, at least have a one-on-one confrontation between Big E and Dolph Ziggler, because that's what it looks like going forward right now. So I think if they were to do that one-on-one confrontation, that would be better than a triple threat, I think, in my opinion, because a rivalry focuses on two people, not three, because it would make the champ look bad. He would be the guy in the middle instead of being in the center, because Dolph Ziggler is in the center if a triple threat match were to happen for that reason. So with all that said, I think it should be just Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston going forward. As for the world champ, who knows yet? Who knows how SummerSlam will form and shape up? We'll see in the weeks to come on Monday Night Raw. Also last night, the Wyatt family attacked R-Truth. I love the little details. Sometimes I really fantasize about these tiny, tiny details. Here's the interesting thing I loved about that attack. If it was 1 second earlier, it would have killed it. If it was 1 second later, it still would have killed it. That attack still wouldn't have worked. That moment, that second they came out, was absolutely perfect to the T. Absolutely love that. I love good timing when someone goes to attack someone in the ring. With that being said, the Wyatt family made a statement, and they mentioned Kane join the Buzzards. Who knows? Will Kane be aligned with them, or will Kane be against them? We'll see what happens at SummerSlam. But I think what might happen upcoming for SummerSlam is that the Brothers of Destruction might reunite to take on the Wyatt family, even though there were hopes of, the Brothers of Destruction facing the Shield. Now it could be the focus is kind of off that right now, and the focus is on the Wyatt family. So it'll be interesting to see if that does happen. Will it all play out? Who knows? Also last night, the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, defeated the Real Americans. What I didn't like about that was that the poll. I mean, here's the thing: you want to face someone. I'll put it this way: the poll was to face the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. That's not good enough. Here's the thing about that: it could have been all four guys taking on the tag team champs in a non-title match. I would rather see those four teams in a poll to take on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for a non-title match, and for that reason, just to have a number one contenders. If it were to use those or anyone, it would have been fine. Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger being the guys who other teams want to face to let the audience decide? No, don't do that. It should be guys higher than that, like the Shield. So, it kind of fell flat in that area. Also last night, Christian went one-on-one with Damien Sandow. I'm surprised. But here's the interesting thing. Sometimes surprises are good. What happened? Christian defeated the new Money in the Bank winner, Damien Sandow, who will cash in for the World Heavyweight Champ, whenever. Here's the interesting thing I like about that, is that Damien Sandow lost. But after Damien Sandow lost that match, he held up the briefcase and then he said, "And still your Money in the Bank winner, Damien Sandow, you're welcome." And then out comes Cody Rhodes, attacks Damien Sandow for betraying him at Money in the Bank. I love this setup for SummerSlam because I can see a match where the briefcase could be on the line if, and in fact, Damien Sandow faces Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. So right now, SummerSlam, I'm still almost done on this review, but SummerSlam, forming, shaping up, excellent, perfecto. Also last night, Paul Heyman confronted CM Punk last night. Well, what I like about that is that they never went into too much detail of the story, even though some people may say that they went into much. I find that they didn't, because Paul Heyman gave a brief explanation why he turned on CM Punk, and just before that, CM Punk came out and wanted to know why Paul Heyman gave him his answer, and then he done that little thing. It's clobbering time. Out comes Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar destroyed CM Punk. And this is setting up to be an excellent one-on-one. This is the match I've been looking forward to now, ever since Brock Lesnar came in the first time and F5'd CM Punk. And with that being said, I'm wondering if this is going to be like one of the main events, maybe one of the last matches. It could be like the second or third last before the WWE Championship or something like that. I think this is the match that will steal SummerSlam, in my opinion. So I really, really love the setup with CM Punk and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. This whole storyline is just absolutely amazing to watch. It's great. It's gripping. You really feel the emotion from CM Punk. He made you believe that, he wanted to know why Paul Heyman turned on him. There's just something about CM Punk that really draws your attention. He really, puts you in that situation if you were him. That's the thing about CM Punk, is that he is that good. He is the best in the world. Not just in the wrestling, but also telling the story as well, and I like that about CM Punk. Also last night, Rob Van Dam defeated Chris Jericho. You know what? All bets are off. I love Brad Maddox. I love that he made his match with him and Chris Jericho backstage, and I like that RVD won because, he just debuted on Sunday, give him a win on Monday. Makes perfect sense, right? Absolutely. And you know what? RVD and Chris Jericho last night stole the wrestling show on Monday Night Raw. That match was absolutely fantastic. Nothing wrong with it at all. Not only did RVD win that match, but the fans won that match as well. that was not only their match of the night, but that was the fans' match of the night as well. And I really, really like the WWE Universe in Brooklyn, New York. I think they should, play there more often, and not places like Corpus Christi, Texas, and South Carolina, where the place is dead silent. Heck no. They really should be playing in places more like New York, Toronto, Montreal, anywhere in Canada as well. And those high places, like, New York, Boston, New Jersey, all those places like that, the crowd absolutely went nuts. The Randy Savage chants, the JBL chants, etc., etc. The fans were just having fun on Monday Night Raw, and that's what I enjoy the most while watching Raw, is the audience, how they react to certain things throughout the show. It's just brilliant. Everything about the audience last night was genius. And then the main segment was that John Cena selected his SummerSlam opponent. Now, with Randy Orton being the Money in the Bank winner in the All-Stars match, he can cash in whenever he wants, right? But see, here's the thing. You know who John Cena chose? Daniel Bryan. I love it. You know why? It's about time Daniel Bryan got himself a WWE Championship match at a main pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, no. Payback, no. Extreme Rules, no. But at one of the original pay-per-views, like SummerSlam, could be WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, etc., etc. SummerSlam, excellent pay-per-view for Daniel Bryan to be in the main event picture. And with Daniel Bryan being the hottest guy in the WWE for the past few months now, he's looking excellent. The crowd's all behind him. The crowd supports him. And the more the WWE fans support Daniel Bryan, the more they'll boo John Cena. And I think that this could be the shift within the WWE, that Daniel Bryan could, in fact, beat John Cena for the title at SummerSlam. That's just my opinion. And see, here's the interesting thing. With Randy Orton being the Money in the Bank winner, I don't see if, in fact, Daniel Bryan does cash in. If Randy Orton, in fact, does cash in, it shouldn't be right after Daniel Bryan wins the title, because it would just totally kill, this hot streak that Daniel Bryan has been going on. So with that being said, John Cena, you picked the right WWE superstar to face you at SummerSlam. And with all that being said, SummerSlam looks excellent going forward. And I hope this continues throughout the weeks to come. And not only on Raw, but on SmackDown as well. And that was my review of WWE Monday Night Raw for the Big Rocket Bolt Wrestling Review Show. I am Mike Big Rock Wilson, and to all your viewers watching, get plenty of rest, and always do your best.